Hello and welcome back to another video here. A bit of an interesting one that I wanted to share with you actually. It's going to be a bit off the cuff here because I was having a little play around with the CMU or CMU emulator here for the Wii U because I realised never actually finished Breath of the Wild. I beat all the Divine Beasts on the Wii U system, but never got around to going in and destroying Ganon and actually finishing the game properly, or at least finishing the story. And I wanted to see how well I could actually transfer my save from the Wii U, where I played the game completely, and see how good I could actually make the game look in 4K now on this emulator. There are so many different things you can tweak and change, and shaders you can put on, and texture packs, and obviously you can up the resolution here, which is what I've done for 4K, and I'm really excited to be able to jump back into this game after a few years and see if I can finish it off. I want to go around and do a few more shrines and before I go in and fight Ganon, and just sort of re-experience the game. And as I was playing this and tweaking with some of the settings, I'll show you now actually. If we cut over to the actual emulator page, you can open up the game packs here, and you download these packs, and there's just so much cool stuff that you can do literally just at buttons presses. You don't have to be an expert in moving files around, or some emulators you have to go into different settings and different file structures and download things from the internet. It's all done here nicely for you in this emulator. It's really a great experience and a great tool to run these games with. And I've picked a few things already, so I am cheating a little bit by putting the durability of my weapons up slightly. But that aside, there are a lot of really cool mods here that you can change to make the game look better, make the game run better. It runs flawlessly now at 60 FPS. You don't want to run it higher than that because the animations and the physics do get ruined. But you can do a lot of cool things here, and what I've done, as you've seen in some of the footage I've already shown, is get it looking as nice as I think I can in 4K. You can actually bump it up past 4K. I don't really see the point in doing that. My monitor's only 1440p anyway. But what I also noticed, which you can't do on the other, you can see here in the background, I've got a few other Wii U games here. You can't do what I'm about to do in those games for some reason, though. I guess it's to get this to run on lower end hardware. They've actually let you select a lower resolution. So typically, obviously the Wii U came out and it was 720p, as you can see here, default. I bumped that up to 4K for the footage that you've seen, but strangely enough, you can lower this quite drastically. And that's what we're going to do now. I haven't actually seen any footage of this myself. What was the PS1 was 240p, I think. It could do some games up to 480, I think, on the 2D sprite based stuff. Like Street Fighter, I think, maybe went higher than 240, but most of it was 240p. So unfortunately, that's not an option. You can change the aspect ratio here, obviously, to 4:3, but that bumps the resolution right up to 600p, and I feel like that would be too good. I want to try and scale this back and make it almost reminiscent of a PlayStation 1 game, or maybe even N64 might be a better way of phrasing it, given that it is Zelda. But we're going to boot this game up, and I'm going to kind of, I don't know, give a bit of a live discussion over it as we play. I've also already selected a lot of the other mods on here to, well, first thing, I've set it to 10 AM just so we get a consistent baselining across the game. I feel like when it goes to night, it probably will go too dark. But then I've tried to make everything else as bad as possible, basically. Low draw distance, or as low as possible. Trees here set to potato. Blades of grass density, you can see here, everything is basically at the lowest. I've kept the frames per second at 60 just because, you know, why not? But I've even put in the fog, so there's all these different fog settings. I've maxed them down to what I can to make them the lowest as possible. You can disable the fog if you want, but I feel like enabling it, and you can't make it 100%. I guess that would be like you literally can't see through it, but 80 is the max you can go to for a lot of these fogs. And I think this is going to look pretty bad. So let's jump into the game and we will soon find out. Okay, so the first thing you'll notice here in the main menu, obviously already, is that the text is pretty low res in terms of it. You almost can't read it properly, and the pictures are very pixelated. There's that 2D art that usually looks stunning and beautiful is not so beautiful, but has its own unique charm to it. I think it does have a very retro vibe. So we're going to jump straight into Hyrule Field here and see how that looks. Okay, so here we are. Oh my god, where are his eyes? Where's any of his... I mean, obviously he's wearing clothes, but it's all just one colour. I'm quite pleased to see that there is actually shade and shadows being cast still on his clothes and of course on the floor. But yeah, this is... and I haven't even looked back further. You can still see quite far into the distance. But it is all just blocks and fog, and the trees here just literally stumps. I mean, this is literally what you would see on an old PlayStation, maybe maybe not a PlayStation, maybe a PS, somewhere in between PlayStation and a PS2. Looks I mean, it kind of is pretty awesome. Obviously, these backgrounds here, they are real places. I feel like if that was like a painted-on picture that you used to get in the backgrounds in old consoles, then that would be just like spot on, actually. Just a very distant black image in the background. And yeah, this does look pretty awesome. It's a shame that you can't turn the grass off. I mean, it's not drawing very far in front of Link here. But it is still there, and it does still get chopped, and yeah, you can, as you move. I mean, the draw distance on that grass is literally, I think his sword is almost bigger than the draw distance of the grass. Right, let's go and take on these bad guys because they've already killed the NPCs. Oh wow, he just goes completely black. Oh, sorry about that. Just goes completely. Let's see. Oh, look at that. So the I don't know if this is a bomb arrow or a fire arrow. I think it's a bomb arrow, but the glow of it is just a block. And again, I mean, it's quite a big block. I feel like, and that particle effect is too good really for this resolution. But I love that there's just a big block of glowing red around the arrow tip there. And there we go. It's a fire. I think, was that a bomb or a fire? I'm not sure. The fire actually kind of looks pretty cool. It definitely, the fire looks too good for this game resolution. It would look way too good for a PlayStation 1 game. And let's have we'll talk to this guy just because, I mean, he hasn't even got a face. If you look at that NPC, he's got no eyes. You can kind of see his mouth's coming in and out, and he's wearing just all white. Yeah, I won't comment on that. Oh look, what about the girl? Look at that stamina bar as well. It's really just very pixelated, as you'd expect at this resolution. It's really cool to see. We're going to just jump up on this tower, I think, and sort of see what we can see in the distance. Oh, actually, look at the map. That is very... Again, it's kind of cool if you're into your retro games, as obviously I am, given the content on this channel and the emulators that I play with. I kind of like the vibe that this pixelated map is giving me. Let's get on with it and let's get up this tower. Look at that. Right. Oh, nice. The tower, usually that's got so many like interesting carved details into it, and they're just all completely stripped out. Literally as blocky as you could possibly imagine this being. I mean, this does look awesome. Oh, look, we've got the castle in the background where Ganon is at the moment. Zooming in on it, you could, I guess, turn this kind of red mist off. That was an option. But I kind of think it's still kind of fitting and distinct, and it's still very pixelated, obviously, as it's swirling around there. We'll go and have a closer look at that, I think, in a minute. But then looking around, there's just nothing. You can't see anything in the distance, really, other than the you know, shapes of the mountains. You can see one of the beasts. I forget the name of that one. That's kind of cool to see. But the clouds aren't even moving. They are moving very slightly. I would imagine, I mean, it doesn't look like they're moving at all when you're zoomed out. But I'd imagine when you look at that in normal resolution, it's like sort of swirling away very slowly. And at this resolution, it just looks like it's not even moving. But let's have a jump down here and see what these guardians are doing when they come to attack us. So, oh, we got two locked onto us. This looks so awesome. You could definitely... Oh, those beams are... I like it when as they disappear. You can sort of see pixel by pixel them disintegrate. It's really cool. I don't know, maybe like people would hate this. I know a lot of people just like the really, really high res 4K stuff, and I probably wouldn't be able to play this game properly at this resolution, but I just think it looks so cool as a novelty. Really awesome stuff. Like, I haven't got the sound on, so I can't actually time the shield system here. But the Guardians do look really cool there, as they're highlighted in glowing red. The spinning eye thing is kind of awesome as well. So yeah, this is looking so cool. There we go. Hit. Right, let's go and have a look around the map, actually. I think we need to get away from this Guardian because he's going to kill me. So we're going to start up by some of the winter area, the snowy area, and then we're going to work our way around the map, and we'll come back to the castle at the end, I think. I love this loading screen as well. It's just... If you're into retro games, you should be enjoying this, I'd say. Right, here we go. So again, draw distance. You can see really far. It is obviously very blurry. But it's a lot further than I thought you'd be able to see. Looking down there, you can make out the bridges and gaps between the bridges, and it is a little bit hard to tell what some stuff is. Like the waterfall there, that's a waterfall just to the right of Link's shield. But it doesn't look like it's moving at all. It's just one plane. Which is quite interesting. And here's this. So this should all be very snowy. And there should be actually quite a lot of trees over by that. Those little lakes, those little pools of water. For some reason they haven't even spawned in yet, which is quite interesting. So we've got the horse. Here they are. So there's, well, a couple of them. There should be quite a lot of trees here. There's just none. That's so. I mean, these trees should all have like leaves and stuff on them. Very interesting that there's nothing on there. Let's jump on a horse, because there's also... So the enemies just... they have spawned in, so there's a couple of enemies over here. That was quite interesting. But yeah, so it's so foggy, with the draw distance being so low. I really want to jump on him. Yes, I got him. Oh no, I jumped off. So I haven't played this for a little while. I've also died as well. Oh no. So in the menus here, we're just going to eat some food before we continue on, just so you can see what the menus actually look like. And again, it's that cool. I think I can't really remember if these are 3D images usually. I guess they're 2D images, and they're just more pixelated in this resolution. But this is kind of cool. You can again hardly see some of the writing here. I can't read that with my glasses on, so. An interesting note there, and the buttons down in the bottom, I can't really read those either. So we have moved across now more towards the deserty area. As you can see, everything is kind of looks like it's all one big block of sculpted cheese almost. I don't really know this area very well. We're going to head down towards the water, I guess. I mean, this is the desert, and it is probably the dullest area in the game anyway, but at this resolution it looks like there's literally nothing around, which I guess is, you know, what a desert is, I suppose. So here we go. We'll look at some of these tall boys. I forget their names. As I said, I haven't played this game in a few years, actually. So that was interesting. These choo-choos, or whatever they're called, were yellow. electric, I mean, and they had a big electric square field around them rather than the textures being really defined and you know, look really nice. They just had the big yellow field. I mean, these look so weird as you hit them. The box is there. That's so cool. Wow, I mean, he took off so much damage then. I had a full bar, I'm pretty sure. I really like this, though. It does look interesting. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going to die again unless I can eat some more food. So I just want to show off a little bit of the desert anyway. I think my favourite area is the volcano-y lava area, and I think that's going to be the most interesting. So we're going to jump there now. I kind of am getting into this a little bit already, and it's a bit of a worry. That shield that Link's got, I mean, it's obviously gold here, but it's not supposed to be gold. I mean, it's supposed to look more like that with the green and the red. It just looks gold. That's so interesting. And again, let's see what the Guardian one looks like. Oh, wow. It's just a big blue block that pops out. That's so cool. Again, I think it's cool. And a royal shield. Let's see if there's anything on that. A little bit of texture, but no other colours. Very interesting. How about this? Okay, that just looks like one big lump, I guess. What does the Master Sword look like? That looks pretty good. I mean, it's just a grey sword, I suppose. What about if we do this? Are they coming over? They are coming over. Nice. Oh, you got electrocuted and died. There we go. Oh. That was a nice little surprise there. We got a chest. Let's go and open that because I hadn't even realised that there was one up there. So again, the textures is just a big yellow box, I guess. It looks like there are some details on there, but it's really hard to see because for some reason it's just completely yellow. And now it's faded to black. You can see the skull on there. That's cool. And the water down here. Is there any splash kind of texture? Yeah. Oh, that is cool. That, and that, not this, but when I dropped into it there from a height. That's cool. That's very N64 blocky. Cool. Right, let's go round. I don't actually know what's in this area. We might look at this area. We might go straight to the volcano. So I feel like this was more just the forest area. So we might not stay here for very much. We'll have a quick jump off. And yeah, it's just more grassiness. I'm surprised. I did Google or YouTube video like Zelda demakes. And there's a lot of NES demakes. But there isn't any... Whoa. There wasn't anybody sort of showcasing this, or at least it's not popular enough to jump in. I sort of searched Zelda demake, or Breath of the Wild demake. Okay, so we're going to jump straight to the lava area here. I just really wanted to see what it looks like. In fact, I'm going to have to change my clothes quickly because I'm already catching on fire. So let's see. I guess they're going to be all just one kind of colour. With regards to anything we pick, it's... Yeah, it is what I kind of expected was going to happen, but we're going to have to put on this fire-resistant stuff, which looks pretty horrible in the game normally. And I think I'm still actually taking damage, am I? Not sure. But we've got enough health to look at this volcano. It is luminous, it is kind of glowing, which is kind of cool. But I've got no idea really what I'm looking at. Let's see if I can jump down a minute. I mean, I'm not as impressed with this. I guess it's what I expected it would be. But it does look a bit bad. I would prefer it if you could stop it from sort of radiating and illuminating. It was just one solid colour. But, you know, it's not really a mod that's anything. It's just lowering the resolution. So it's not like somebody's created this texture pack or anything. It's still kind of cool to see. Okay, we're just going to take out this lizard guy. And then we're going to... I mean, there we go. Oh, I've broken my bow, so they all would be on. Oh, okay. There we go. Nice. I like how they just go black. I don't even really remember what they do in the main game, in the normal game with the normal resolution. I feel like they go a different shade of black. And again, I feel like this has a lot more detail on it. But I kind of dig the, I guess, vanilla, bland, blocky look of this. I'm really enjoying it, actually. Right, we're gonna go to the castle here, and I don't feel like it's that far away, but because of the draw distance and the fog, it looks like it's absolutely miles away, which is quite funny. So the draw distance is still fairly good. The Guardian, the broken Guardian there in the distance just popped in, and another one there to the left. That's still quite a way to see, to be honest with you, as we get near. I feel like this would be a lot more murky and a lot more atmospheric if we didn't, if we had normal resolution on or 4K resolution on, which would be even better. Here we go. So yeah, so this is more familiar. I remember there being all this black stuff everywhere, but again, it's literally just looks like tar. Kind of reminds me of Super Mario Galaxy, where Sunshine, where they had all that flood stuff or whatever it was, just blobbing around. Still see the reflections on there, which is quite a nice touch still. Here we go. This is a cutscene I didn't even know we were going to have. So this is going to be something cool to look at. Just a little taste of it. That's obviously Ganon floating around there, whatever type of Ganon they call him. But the castle looks kind of cool, as most of the stuff in this video has to me anyway. Yeah, this is very atmospheric. I would... Again, I probably would play this now. The more I'm playing it, and I don't know how long I have been playing this, obviously the video will be edited down somewhat. The more I'm playing it, the more I'm actually getting into it. Again, I am a big lover of the PlayStation 1, and I've been playing a lot of PlayStation 1 in 4K. What am I doing? Just because it still has that pixelated, blocky feel to the 4K. So I've been enjoying that, and this is quite reminiscent of it, to be honest with you. I have no idea how to get into the castle, I'm afraid. So there's a nice block for you. So there's one other option that we can take in the settings here to make it look even worse. I don't think it's going to be playable. I mean, this is now starting to struggle a little bit with my ability to play this, just because everything is very dark. It's kind of hard to know where you're going and which way you're supposed to go, because the map you can't really work out very well either. I mean, it's very bland in here as well. Everything is literally just a brown rectangle or flat surface. So what we are going to do before we finish this video, I'm going to just lower the settings one final time, just very quickly, and we'll see how bad that looks. Here we go. We're going down to 180p. That's 320 by 180. Let's see how bad this is. I'm going to say very. Yep. So those words that were a bit of a struggle to read before are now completely impossible to read. Luckily, I can see enough in the pictures and I know what save file it is, but you can't even read any of that text. There's no way anybody could read that. And here we are back in the field near these NPCs, and oh dear, we've got some very yeah, we got some issues here. That's obviously some kind of weird glitch there with the draw distance being too low for the resolution, or the resolution being too low for the draw distance. Look at these. I mean, this is like just so blocky. I don't... Whoa, when I pop my shield up, I think because of the glowing orb thing that goes around me, the extra shield, it's really... and the depth of field, I think, you kind of zoom in. Oh, here we go. It's really messed up the fog and the draw distance, and yeah, I mean, the render on that is ridiculous. Hang on. Oh, I didn't want to kill him. I wanted to see what a flame looked like. It's still kind of cool, but everything else is just way too blocky. I mean, look at... I can't... I can just about make out Link's 2 eyes. Sometimes it looks like he's got 1. Sometimes it looks like he's got 2. I mean, this is awful. Let's have one trip up the tower. Oh, look at all those weapons. Let's have one trip up the tower. Look at this map. It's so bad. It's lucky I know where things are. One quick trip up here to see how awful it is, and then we'll call it a day, because you can't play the game like this. I feel like the previous resolution was just about enough. Here we are at the central tower as we drop in, and you can still make out the castle just about because of the glowing red. Otherwise, there's the bird over... Oh, you can't zoom... You can zoom in, kind of. There's obviously the bird... Divine Beast or whatever. And yeah, you can still make out a few things, but it's so bad. So low resolution. It's not enjoyable. Whereas I felt like the last resolution, I was kind of getting into it. Even right at the start, it was kind of giving me cool vibes. This is now not. Basically. It looks pretty bad. I don't know what that's saying. But yeah, I can't play this. I don't know why the modding community have enabled this resolution. That's where we're going to end this video. I would love to see more games being able to run at lower resolutions like this, because it's really interesting. It's much more interesting than when I was playing it at 4K, although that's what I'm going to do, is pop it back to 4K just because it looks much better. I just feel like it's just a lot more interesting for a YouTube video to look at this type of stuff rather than how to make it look as pretty and as good as possible, which was what the video I was originally planning on making. So there you go anyway, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you in the next random video. Look at the state of this. Thank you.